How do you feel to play in the Sprint Center?
I mean, we played there a lot, and I mean, last year I think we played there like I don't know how many times, like 6 or 7, or like not that many, but with the Big 12 tournament and everything, we played it pretty often. But it's and playing Missouri there earlier this year, it'll be nice to play there though.
Can you talk about the specific ways Devontae leads the team and what you admire most about his leadership?
I mean, the last 2 games we really needed someone to step up scoring wise, and he did that. He really took charge, and his shot wasn't falling at the beginning of the year, but these last 2 games, I mean, he's been great for us, and I think just that him out there taking so much charge and initiative to kind of get our offense going. I mean, he's shown leadership like that.
How impressive has Lagero's year-to-year jump in from sophomore to junior?
He's been great. I mean, he was great all summer too. He really came on, and he's our best player probably all fall, like in practice, and even the summer when we were doing workouts and stuff. You could tell like he would do some stuff, and we just know that he was going to have a big year this year for us. So, but he's been really good so far.
What's the biggest difference you've noticed from him from last year to this year?
He showed like flashes last year, I think. He had a couple high scoring games last year, but the main difference is just confidence and just like him knowing that, you know, that there's no Frank, there's no Josh that we had last year to score. So we needed that guy to come like step in and you know, score for us. So he really stepped up so far this season, and hopefully he continues to play well.
Did you have a lot of voicemails and text messages when you got back to the locker room on Saturday?
Not really. I mean, I don't know. I do sometimes, but it was mostly just my friends, like a couple friends, just telling me that I played well and that it was cool to see me out there and stuff like that.
But inside look, what's this ride been like for you? I mean, obviously it's a team game, but at some point you have to kind of step back and say, "Wow, this is really happening."
It's just kind of circumstance. I think it's just how things played out. But it's been pretty incredible so far. You know, for me, not ever playing like a minute of meaningful time like the last 2 years, and never getting in the first half or anything like that, and then having to come in and you know, when we need another guy to step in and coach calls my name, it's pretty cool feeling.
Has anybody said anything to you about not getting a rebound yet?
No, not surprisingly not. Figured Coach T would have said something by now, but yeah, I mean, you have to work on that, I guess.
You had one, but then they called the technical.
Oh, yeah.
You kind of got cheated on that? Or?
No, that's all right.
How do you manage your nerves? I mean, it's one thing I know you practice. I know that you're just taking your practice to the floor, but it's big basketball.
I don't know. There was definitely more pressure, maybe a little more pressure playing against Syracuse, you know, being in American Airlines Arena, but it was just more intense. I don't think nerves really. I don't know. I don't let anything really affect me, I guess. Obviously, there is some nerves going out there and playing in front of such a big crowd, but you once you get in the game, especially maybe right when I check in, you know, until I get like settled into the game, it's a nervous play factor. But once I get going, once I run up down the court a few times, you're just playing basketball. So.
And have you gone back and looked at the block?
Yeah, it was clean.
Yeah. Okay. I wanted to.
Have your teammates like given you lots of words of encouragement? Kind of what have they meant to you throughout this process of you becoming such a big role on the team this year?
You know, those guys, I know they got my back, and they're always supportive. We're always supportive of each other, and I mean, usually that's my role to those guys, is to be, you know, just like their support guy over on the bench, you know, firing them up, telling them little, you know, what I see out there too, things that I think that they could do. So for me to be out there and them to see me out there playing and them doing the same thing for me is a pretty cool feeling.
Looked like Mitch was pretty happy for you after you took that charge. Did he tell you anything after that or after the game?
No, I don't know. No, Mitch is my boy, so he supports me, I support him, just, for him to be that excited for me, I don't know, I would expect it.
What player is starting to become the defensive stopper? Do you think you guys have anybody at practice or games?
That's a good question. I think we have a lot of guys that can be defensive stoppers for us. Speed's actually been pretty good defensively. We've really been trying to get out high on the floor and not let teams get in their offense by passing the ball to the wing or initiating their offense. So I think we've done a pretty good job the last couple games by getting out in the passing lanes and playing high on the floor. So, but I think we have a lot of guys that could be that defensive stopper for us. But I don't know if there's just one guy that just we say is our clamp down defender right now.
With Sam getting to play soon, what does he bring to the table from what you've seen?
He's a great athlete. He might be our best athlete on the team, honestly. So it'll be good for him to get a little bit of experience because I know he hasn't played that much college basketball with his time that he was at Arizona State. So I think he really just needs some time out there and to get some experience under his belt. But he can shoot it. He's a great athlete. He has potential to be a really, really good defender. So if he could just come in and just be that extra guy for us because we obviously are lacking in depth right now. So just to get another guy out there will be good for us.
Do you see him making an immediate impact?
I don't know. Time will tell. He's a good player. If he does things right and does what Coach Self wants him to, he could help us out for sure.
You mentioned Speed's defense. Anything in particular come to mind that he's gotten better at this year on that end of the floor?
I mean, defense for sure, because the last couple of years, Coach would always get on him for defense and say, they're just gonna drive you every time they get the ball. Speed. You can't be that guy that lets us down the defensive end, and that was kind of the last couple of years. He wasn't our best defender, but this year he's actually been a pretty good defender. Staying down on guys, moving his feet, cutting people off. So I think his defense has improved a whole lot.
Anything else?
What does Charlie Moore bring to the team?
Charlie Moore? Him and the other transfers, it's interesting this year because we have so many transfers and Charlie and the Lawsons, our red team is as good as probably some of these teams we faced, at least these early contests we've had. So for our team to go against Charlie, guys that play with a lot of pace, and the Lawson brothers are super talented. So it brings a lot to our team because our guys get to go against some pretty high caliber guys every day, and it helps out for sure.